Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of voice for radio, so today we need to talk about something that should make you extremely jealous, because it's extremely cool. You see, Shiny Treasures EX is coming out over in Thailand, which is awesome, right? Oh, but that's not all of it, ladies and gentlemen. That's not all of it. As a fun little side note, if you use Google Translate for this, it actually translates it as Chinese Treasure EX. That is definitely not the name. It is Shiny Treasures EX. So it's coming out in Thailand, and look, the set as a whole is exactly what we would expect. It is Shiny Treasures EX. Now, it's going to be the Japanese set. It's not going to be like Paldea and Fates. It is going to be like Shiny Treasures EX, which has a bunch of interesting things about it. But that does, of course, include the reprints. So, bunch of cards that we got as promos, like the alternate art Chen Pao, for instance, and the alternate art Koraidon and Miraidon, they are going to be in the set. Similarly, there are going to be a bunch of straight reprints, like Charizard, for instance. Just a straight reprint, a Mew EX. Straight reprints just chucked into the set. And then there's going to be a bunch of trainers like Iono and Arven and Rare Candy and all cool stuff like that. All the stuff we would generally expect. And then, of course, all the fancy shinies, and yes, that does include the Charizard. Expect the set to be one-to-one with Japan. This is not Paldea and Fates, where they're using the Japanese set as a guide and taking all the secret rares, but then kind of going off on their own and doing their own thing. That is not what this set is. What this set is Shiny Treasures EX. Literally the exact same set as Japan. Except they have gone and changed something and made it just a billion times better than the Japanese set. They've gone and essentially added box toppers. And they are extremely cool, extremely awesome, extremely sought after box toppers. Because they include a bunch of cards which are actually some that are easy, some that are very hard to get in Japan, and some that, as it stands at the moment, and I'm sure this will change over time, but as it stands at the moment, just aren't available for us. So starting off then, they've got these promos of Koraidon and Miraidon, and the deal essentially is, you buy a box, you get one of 5 promos at random. Simple as that. It comes out on January the 26th, which incidentally is the release date of Paldea and Fates, and the next set in Japan, which as I record hasn't officially been announced yet. But yeah, it's Shiny Treasures EX, it's not Paldea and Fates. But you get the Koraidon or Miraidon. There's 5 at random, you get 1 when you buy a box. And the thing is, for us, these are really not particularly special promos. And that's not to say they're not cool, it's just to say that they were just in the Scarlet and Violet Elite Trainer boxes. And not only that, but we did get the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes, which then had the stamped versions of them as well. Which was kind of awesome, honestly. Yeah, that's so for us, it was easy. Super easy, that's how they were distributed. Jobs are good, and we buy the Elite Trainer boxes, we get them. Over here, they are super easy to get cards. And if we have a check over on TCG Player, like, as far as I'm concerned, the Miraidon is the better of them. And the regular Elite Trainer box version over on TCG Player is about a $1 card. The market price, according to TCG Player, is $1.31. It has fallen from their giddy heights of $3.06. The last 2 sold, one of them was $1.05. So, yeah. When I say these are not terribly difficult to get cards, I mean, holy moly, they are ridiculously cheap cards. They are kind of hilariously easy to get hold of. But that wasn't the case over in Japan. Now, Japan did get these promos. These promos are absolutely available in Japan. They're just not particularly easy to get. Essentially, they had these little tournaments over in Japan, and when you won the little tournament, and yes, you had to win, you got one of the 2 at random. You didn't even get to pick which one you got. So you had a 50% chance of getting the one you wanted, when you won a tournament. And like, if you wanted to pair, you had to win 2 tournaments. And even then, there's only like a 50% chance that you actually get 2 different ones. And then a 50% chance that you either get 2 Koraidon or 2 Miraidon. So it was, shall we say, to put it euphemistically, less than ideal. And don't worry, I've gone and had a look at the Japanese price of this as well. The Miraidon is currently being sold. Now, actually, no, the one I've just looked up isn't even mint condition. Here we go. The mint condition one is selling for 38,000 yen. 38. Remember, this is a $1 card over here, okay? It is worth $1. The English version over here. And the Japanese version is 38,000 yen, which comes out to roughly, you ready for this? $267. Yeah. These cards are not close. And again, the Koraidon's there as well, but the Miraidon is the biggest one of them. It's the most sought after. These are ridiculous cards. As a fun little side note, if you look at the Scarlet and Violet promos so far over in Japan, if you rank all of the Scarlet and Violet promos, this is like the second most expensive after the World's promo. This is a very expensive card. So yeah, it's, and to be fair, the Koraidon is like a third of that. It's only 12,000 yen, but still, that's a ridiculous price. So, really easy to get in English, really hard to get in Japanese. Buy a box of Shiny Treasures EX over in Thailand, and you got like a 20% chance of picking up that one. Hope for the Miraidon, because you basically got, like I say, 5 options, 2 of which are Miraidon and Koraidon. The Miraidon is the most sought after, and yes, there is a cheap English version of it, but like I've said, the Japanese version is borderline impossible to get hold of. And then the other 3, you've got a trio you might recognise. We've got Squirtle, we got Charmander, and we've got Bulbasaur. These are the fancy artwork rares. And this is where it gets kind of interesting, because we've had one of these cards. Only one. We have had the Charmander, which weirdly, again, was an Elite Trainer Box promo. It was the Elite Trainer Box promo in Obsidian Flames. You buy it, and you get the promo. And then, of course, there's similar things going on here, whereby if you buy the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer Box, you also get the Pokemon Center stamped version of it, which is rather lovely. We don't have the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur as it stands at the moment. Now, you've got to imagine we will. As a side note, there is every possibility these do turn up in Paldean Fates, because Paldean Fates is going to be a bit of a catch-up set, as these sets tend to be. These are 2 random artwork rares we don't have. But having said that, we have literally been told that there are 3 artwork rares in the set, and we know what they are. So there isn't actually space for these, unless they're not called artwork rares. But come on, take a look. They are very clearly artwork rares. So that's kind of awkward, honestly. Yeah. I don't know how these cards are coming out in English. Wish I did. No idea. Now, presumably we are going to get them, because Pokemon have been really awesome lately in going out of their way to make sure that we do get these promos, which is lovely. As in these alternate arts, etc. that we're missing. But as it stands at the moment, nah, mate. No idea. And like I've said, we know we're only getting 3 artwork rares in Paldean Fates. We know what they are. There isn't space for these. So I would be stunned if they came in Paldean Fates. I do think we'll get them down the line, incidentally. Like I say, we just don't do this anymore. We don't skip these anymore. So yes, I feel fairly confident we're going to get them. But in terms of how they come around, nah, mate, not got a clue. Now, I will say, in terms of the Japanese print, it's nice and easy. Remember, we had the Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise deck, which I have picked up for myself. And it's awesome. There are alternate arts of Blastoise, Charizard, and Venusaur. Again, no idea how we're getting these. But this box does have the alternate arts in them. The Charmander, the Bulbasaur, the Squirtle. All 3 of them are in this box. So this is an example of the Japanese versions being very easy to get. And this is one of the things that makes me kind of interested about this. Because 2 of the promos, your Koraidon and Miraidon, super easy to get in English, borderline impossible to get in Japan, or at least extremely difficult. But then 3 of them are really easy to get in Japan, and of those 3, 1 is easy to get over here and 2 are, well, they've literally not been released. It's weird how this kind of stuff works out. There we go. That's what you need to know, and frankly, I want to go to Thailand and buy some Shiny Treasures EX. Partly because Shiny Treasures EX is brilliant, and partly because these are amazing box toppers and I want them. I do feel like it's maybe a bit too much effort, but also, I kind of want these. Or I'm blatantly not going to Thailand, but I kind of want to. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you like. Tell me which of these 5 is your favourite. Tell me what you think about getting these as box toppers. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And of course, get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Uncle Pokepeter, who's been a supporter of ours for a while and is very lovely. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.